What's good? What's good? What's good? Yes, it's Murder Minded Soldiers TV, and we're sitting here with King Wavvy. We're doing an interview today with King Wavvy. You know, he's gonna talk about himself a little bit. You know what I mean? What's going on, King Wavvy?
What's going on? How's it going?
I'm just chilling. You know, just chilling, not doing much today. You know what I mean? Maybe drop a few tracks with you. You know what I mean? But it's about it.
I hear that. It's a daily grind for us.
Every day. You know what I mean? But man, let's get into this. What is your current music project about?
Well, my current solo project, which will be coming out September 22nd, is called Hell and Back. And basically, this project is talking about my life and talking about how I've gone through many struggles in my life. I've gone through so many hardships in my life, and I've gone through so many heartbreaks and heartaches, and just basically speaking on a lot of the real life things that people go through in their day-to-day basis, and to show people that, you know, you're not alone in this world, and that there is people that are going through this on a daily basis. I structured this project to, you know, not only just show my viewers what I've been through in life, but also so they can get a message out of every single song that's on this project.
Right. So it's about close to your last mixtape, right? About close to it.
Pretty much close.
Yeah, that mixtape was fire too. Hope y'all got it out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't miss no good music. You know what I'm saying? That's all Murder Minded Soldiers puts out is good music. You know, we keep it real. We keep it 100 all the time. You know what I mean? All right.
Paint Through My Eyes, you can find on SoundCloud at King Wavvy. It's 2 words, King, and then Wavvy. You can also find me on Facebook, Brandon King Wavvy, and then you can also find my my artist page on King Wavvy. I'm all over the internet. I have multiple tracks that are out. I have multiple projects that I'm in the works with right now. By next year, I will have my debut album coming out. Before the end of this year, I have another mixtape that I'm going to be dropping. It's going to be called Time. It's going to be called Thoughts in My Mind Exposed. All my projects are basically, they're structured around the same topics and the same same things, but all the songs, they sound different than the last songs.
Right. Well, here's question number 2. When you create music, what is your personal purpose or goal?
My goal is to make the best song I can, which I believe that every song that I make, it gets better. It gets better in time. It gets better in quality. It gets better in mixing. It gets better in mastering. But my main goal with my music is to deliver a message to people, to show people that it's okay to go through these things. You know, it's not about the struggle. It's not about what you go through in life. It's about how you make it through it, and you learn to prosper from it, and you learn to grow from it. You know, with every situation I've been through in my life, it's helped me to grow as a human being. It's helped me to grow as an artist. And it's also helped me to become a better person in life, and to make better decisions, and to show, to really take music more seriously than I ever have.
Right. Yeah. I hear that. What has been the most challenging aspect of your current release?
The most challenging thing would be to kind of find the right songs to put on this project. I mean, I have a lot of songs that I've already done and I've already recorded, but I continue to keep writing, and I continue to keep coming up with new ideas and new concepts, and different ways of delivering them, and even different ways of mixing them, to make things sound to make things sound different than the last song, to not have everything sound the same, but to also diversify the outcome of the song.
Facts. Okay, what draws you to your preferred genre?
The pain, the struggle, the heartache, the things I've gone through, the things I went through when I was a child, being in and out of foster cares, being out of facilities, growing up in the system, going through drug addiction. That all fuels me, because I look back at my younger years, and I look back at the decisions I was making and the things that I was doing in life that were really holding me back from my fullest potential. And now I believe in my life now, I'm at a point in my life where I can really focus on every song and give it my all.
Yeah, and that's what you've been that's what you've been doing too. I can speak, from what I hear, when you do your music, you do great music, if people would just take a listen to your music, man, they would feel your pain, So when I listen to your music, I can feel everything that you've been through, But I also can understand too, because I've been through similar situations, but yeah, your music, yeah, people, it's a message out, for people out there, and people don't need to miss these last two mixtape. This mixtape and the new mixtape that's coming out. They do not need to miss this. They need to grab at. And they need to listen. For real. And I'm not saying that because we boys and you my little brother and all that. I'm saying that because that's 100. I don't lie about a damn thing. I'm very blunt about what I say, and I keep it 100. But yeah, so go get that mixtape. It's killer, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's go. What is your biggest musical challenge?
To be honest with you, my biggest musical challenge would be right now at the moment, honestly, mixing. Because some songs, they don't, they could take up to 30 minutes to an hour to just mix them and to get the right mix on them and to get the right levels on them. And then some songs I can mix them in 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and they just sound, the sound is incredible. But as I continue to grow as an artist and also to continue to grow as an engineer myself, I continue to learn different loopholes and different ways of making the next mix better than the last.
Facts. When did you start writing music?
God, it's a funny story. I started rapping when I was 9 years old. But I didn't start writing music until I was about 14. I was actually in a facility at the time called George Junior Republic, and we were actually in a music room, and I was in there with this guy. He rapped, and he held this class, and he basically showed us how to write a song. And the first song that I ever wrote, it was called Mixed Emotions. And he looked at the song and he said, wow, he said you have a talent for this. And then he had me actually get in front of the class and rap it. At the time, I really didn't have my flow. I didn't have my I didn't know what I was really doing. But
yeah.
For somebody who had worked with major artists and who had worked with major, major industry, major industry artists, also major industry executives. For him to say that, that really motivated me to keep writing and to really progress with everything that I did.
No doubt, no doubt. So what inspires your writing? Do you draw inspiration from poems, music, TV, or other media?
To be honest with you, I draw a lot of my inspiration from, believe it or not, I draw a lot of inspiration from rappers like NF. I draw inspiration from rappers like Machine Gun Kelly. I
Wow,
draw
Machine Gun Kelly. Whoa.
I draw inspiration from just so many. There's really so many different artists that I kind of, I take a little something off of, every song that I hear from them, and it's like, even like Little Peep and
I know, but I also know you draw your inspiration from like words and stuff because like when we are doing a track and stuff, trying to come up with a track, I can say one word and you start flowing, you know what I mean? So
right,
yeah.
and that's where a lot of my hooks come from. If I hear a word, it's just like, whether it's even the name of the beat or just something that I'm just feeling at the moment, I'm able to, it's like I can write a song in like 6-7 minutes and it'll be incredible when it gets done. I mean, but I mean, I draw a lot of inspiration off of rappers like Juice World, Little Peep, XX Tentacion, because with those three rappers, they were speaking about a lot of the things that I've gone through in my life and a lot of the pain, the suicidal thoughts, the depression, the bipolar, PTSD,
Right.
Being manic depressant, having split personalities, the drugs,
And there's a lot of people out there that's going through that, as we speak, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And so that's why I said, that they really need to grab your mixtape, you know, I mean, they really do. So, but anyways, let's get on with it. How do you go about writing a song? Do you have a melody in your head and then write this other music for it?
to be honest with you, I find a beat. I'll sit there and listen to it for about maybe 3-4 minutes, maybe maybe 5-10, and so I don't know, it just comes into my head. It's just like I start writing and like I don't stop. I start writing a song, I come up with a hook. I sometimes have to go back and revise the hook 2 or 3 times, and then I'll go on to the verses, and then after that, I mean, I have a full finished song.
Oh, that is definitely true. He writes verses. I mean, we both write verses like crazy. We're up to about 3 o'clock in the morning writing verses when we get going. We don't stop. We just keep going. I don't know if there's anybody out there that has our type of workflow. You know what I mean? Because we roll when we start doing tracks. I mean, you know what I mean? And like he says, he writes a verse, he keeps going. You know what I mean? Hooks. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man. You know what I mean? So. But y'all heard his pain through my eyes, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the gangster in from in Nitty Gritty Mafia, you know what I mean? So
you can go pick up that you can go pick up the Nitty Gritty Mafia mixtape from Audio Mac. You can pick it up from SoundCloud, number one music. It'll be on soon. It's called Goonies Unleashed. And that, that's the gangster side of me. That's the side of me that, where I've been through a lot of shit in the streets, and I mean, I've not only been through a lot of pain in my life, and I mean, that's what I personally speak on, but with Nitty Gritty Mafia, it's a totally different avenue. It speaks upon all the shit, the
that's when we get
gangster
buck.
shit that I did on, yeah.
You know, that's when we get buck. That's when we, you know what I mean? That's when we get buck, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you like to collaborate with anyone? If so, who is it and why?
Jesus.
It could be living or dead.
There's one. Well, actually, there's two. There are two artists that. No, actually, three. My bad. There are three artists that I would really love to collab with. Young Buck,
Right. All right. Tennessee. All right.
Lily Styles,
Okay. Tennessee again. Woof.
and Jelly Roll.
Tennessee again. All three from Tennessee. Look at that. You know, that's where I'm at. Cashville, Tennessee. You know, I stand up. You know what I mean? Jelly Roll, Lily Styles, Young Buck. He's calling that you guys out to be on a collaboration. You know what I mean? Hit him up. King Wavvy. You know what I mean? Facebook. Hit him up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. How do you deal with writer's block?
To be honest with you, when I get writer's block, which is not often at all, but when I do, I guess I'll step back and kind of just focus my mind on something else, or even actually just go listen to a song that I really like and just take my mind away from my music and just listen to that song, and then maybe 3-4 days later try to come back to the song that I was trying to write and make it, you know, and try to start writing. And if I can't write then I'll take a couple more days off, and you know, until I can start writing again. But
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, with me, I rarely experience writer's block.
Well, that must be nice, you know, because I experienced it a few times. I mean, but anyways, do you enjoy recording and production?
I love it. I love it. To be honest with you, music is like my drug. It's like an addiction to me.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. When I get in the studio and I put down a song and I listen to it over and over again, it's like it's like a drug to me. It's like it's my high these days.
Yeah.
You know, before my high was going out and doing drugs, doing coke, doing this, you know, I'm like, but these days my music is my high. It gives me that rush, and it just makes me feel so much better about myself. And then when I let people hear it and I get so many, you know, I get so much great feedback, and you know, it's just like, the one crazy thing is that my own hometown, Syracuse, New York, my own hometown, has not supported me through my whole entire music career. I mean, I have a couple people here who do support me, but as far as Syracuse as a whole, the rappers out here, the producers out here, I have not gotten the support that I should. But
I think that's messed up too.
I've also gotten support from Tennessee, Florida. You know, I've gotten support globally. I've gotten support on SI Radio. I've gotten support on just so many different, you know, so many different
Radio Cafe. Dre's Radio Cafe.
Dre's Radio Cafe.
Poise Radio.
You know, Poise Radio. So I mean, like, even though my own hometown doesn't support me, I still keep going. Because you know what?
I mean, but we both been on DJ Young C's mixtape. You know, I'm one of the greatest DJs in the world. You know what I mean?
12 times. I've been on there about 12 times so far.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where was your current project recorded?
My home studio.
Nice. Man, everybody should have one, you know, that does rap. I mean,
Everybody tells me to come to their studio. I'm like, I don't need your studio. I have my own.
yeah, exactly. We don't have to leave the house. We sit there and just do what we got to do right there and then. That's why we put out so much music, because we got a home studio.
That's right.
I mean, okay. So, was anyone else involved in writing, recording, or producing the songs?
Producing, solo Nitty Gritty. He does all my mastering. I do all the mixing. He does all the mastering. Writing, no. I do all my own writing. Honestly, I've never, except for a couple of times, never really had anybody write songs for me, except for solo Nitty Gritty. I mean, he's written a couple songs for me, you know, in the past, but these days I write everything myself. Everything comes straight from me.
Yeah, I can attest to that. You know, he's written a couple songs for me too. You know what I mean? We're partners. You know what I'm saying? When we down, we pick each other up. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? That's what we do. So if we were to peek over your shoulder, what does your studio look like, and what gear do you typically use?
Well, right now, I just have my mic. I have my speakers, have my audio box. I'm going to be getting speaker stands, all that. The pot, pot filter, a mic stand, all that. Within the next couple months. So I can actually have have it all set up. It's just right now money's tight because of this whole coronavirus situation.
Oh yeah, it sucks. I mean, but we pray for those people out there that are dealing with it. You know what I mean? Fast recovery and you know what I mean, get back home to your families.
I definitely.
What kind of recording facilities do you have at home?
Hold on, we might have to stop this. Hold on a second. I have a studio, a mic, studio speakers, and an audio interface, and then I have a comfortable chair to sit in.
Right. Yeah. Just like you said before that. How do you advertise your music?
Through Facebook, actually, and also Reverb Nation, SoundCloud, Number One Music, Audio Mac. Right now, I'm working on getting everything on streaming platforms, so that'll be available relatively soon. But I network through Facebook. I'm in about 50, 60 different music groups, and I just share I share my link through there, and that's how I network with different artists, different producers, different beat makers, engineers.
Yeah. All right. Does your music fit into your local scene? If so, how do you take advantage of that? If not, do you see that as an obstacle, and what do you do about it?
My music does not fit into my local scene because I don't get the recognition that I deserve around here. I don't get the plays around here. I don't get the interviews. I don't get the radio play. I don't get any of that. I don't see it as an obstacle. I see it as motivation.
Right.
I see it as motivation to keep going and to keep making music and keep going and making my music better and better. So maybe one day my local scene will realize that I'm here for the long haul and that I'm not going anywhere, and they'll actually start listening.
All right. Do you plan your music release, or do you just finish a song and release it?
Well, back in the day, I used to just release songs. I used to do a song, release it. But within the last 6-7 months, I've really started to plan my projects out. I put together projects instead of putting out just singles, because I realized that more people will listen if you have a project, because it gives them more music to.
Yeah, it gives them a variety. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. If you could pass on a nugget of wisdom to the next musical generation, what would it be?
You dream it, you achieve it, and you will believe it.
That's
Basically
nice.
saying that if you dream that you can do music, and that you can really prosper from it, and you can make something out of it, you will believe it in your heart, and you will believe it in your mind, and you will achieve it. At the end of the day, you are your own worst enemy. If you tell yourself you can't do something, then you're not going to be able. Then you will not motivate yourself to go through it, because you have to go through. Sometimes you have to go through hell to make it to happen. Sometimes you have to go through the worst recordings, the worst songs, in order to get to your best.
True. Okay. Would you have any advice for a would-be artist or songwriters wanting to follow in your footsteps?
Believe in yourself. Believe in your craft. Motivate yourself every day. To motivate yourself, even if it's just to write something. Even if it's just not record. Even if you're not recording it. Motivate yourself to keep going, and to push towards that goal that you have of putting out that project or putting out that single. But don't rush it, because when you rush your music, it doesn't come out the way that you hear it. It comes out the way other people hear it.
Man, we saw that with our first Nitty Gritty Mafia CD we put out.
We did.
Yeah, that was a train wreck. We did good music, but it was just rushed.
Don't go listen to it, because
It's a train. What advice can you offer to other artists when collaborating with other artists?
My advice is put your all into it. Put your all into that song. Make me feel that song. Make me feel the emotions through that song, or whatever we're speaking about, whatever subject, whatever situation we're speaking about, because then that's going to motivate me to want to do that song. Because if I don't feel the emotion in that song, I'm just going to say, listen, I can't do this. This is not, this is not something that I'm willing to put out under my name. Because what a lot of people don't understand is I'm very established. My name is well known out there. So in order for me to put my imprint and my name on a song, it has to be something that I can feel in my heart, and that I can be able to sit there and write a verse to, and basically not have a regret of putting my name under that song. Because, I'm not going to say I'm the best out there, but there are people out there that, don't take their time, that don't put their all into something, and they'll send me songs, and I'm just like, sorry,
yeah,
I can't.
And that project turns garbage. I mean,
yeah,
exactly what happens. People don't take their time. That's the same thing. And I feel the same way about collaborating with somebody. They really have to show me, what they got. Okay. Final question. If you were talking to your younger version of you, what advice would you give yourself? Oh no, actually, I got one question after this.
God, what were you thinking? I go back and listen to a lot of my old music, and I'm just like, why did I put this out? Why didn't I take time? But at the time, I was young, I was dumb, I was very inexperienced. I wanted music out there every day, every other day, and I didn't care.
I remember that. I mean, I'll have one more question for you, Mr. King Wavy. Are you putting any? Are you coming out with any videos for any of your tracks?
Yes, I have a couple tracks that I'm going to be putting out, or a couple videos that I'm going to be putting out. One is I'm going to do a song. I have a song on my mixtape. It's called "Heart on My Sleeve." I'm going to be putting out a video for that. I have a song with Solo Nitty Gritty. It's called "God's Eyes." We're going to be doing a song. We're going to be doing a video to that. And then I also have another song called Crossroads, which is gonna feature Solo Nitty Gritty, and we're gonna do a video to that. So there will be three videos off of this next mixtape.
That is awesome, man. You know, the visuals are very important. You know what I mean? Mr. Wavy, do you have anything to say or any shout outs, you know, before we end this?
I want to shout out I want to shout out Solo Nitty Gritty, Deranged, Joe. I also want to shout out all my fans out there. You know, I really appreciate everything that you say to me. You know, every time you go and listen to my music and you tell me that it brings you motivation to keep going in life, because that is my main goal. My main goal is to make music that people can feel, to make music that people can relate to. If it wasn't for her and a lot of the motivational talks we've had, and the times where I was down at my worst, I don't know where I would be. I really don't. I don't know if I'd still be doing music. I don't know if I would even be on this earth.
Well, that's deep. That's deep. You know what I mean? We got Murder Minded Soldiers now. You know, it's been switched the name because.
Also Hades. You know, he's definitely a really big part in my music career, because he's come together with Nitty Gritty Mafia. He's come together with us, and we've made a dynamic team.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Also Lily Styles. I'm waiting on that collab. So we got to get it in.
You heard that, Lily? Yeah, you got to get it in with him. No collaboration. I mean, I know you charge big bucks, but come on, help brother out. Support local artists. That's what I want to say, man. Everybody needs to support local artists. Because
Also, by the way, King Wavy, I will be in Tennessee soon, so look for me. We gonna turn it up like it's 1997.
But yeah, definitely support our artists, man, because right now, all artists, no matter what genre, are having a hard time right now because of this COVID, because it canceled everybody's show. You know what I mean? And that's how we make our money. So, support local artists, when they're doing streaming concert and stuff, but just buy a ticket, watch it, it's not, you're not there in person, but you're there with them still, you know what I mean? So
exactly.
I mean, King Wavy, are you gonna do like a streaming thing, for the fans? You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually thinking about, for this next mixtape, I'm thinking about doing I'm thinking about doing a live album, a live mixtape release party. I'm thinking about doing that actually on my birthday, kind of just before I even release it. I'm gonna let people hear at least like 3 or 4 songs off this mixtape, and then it will be released later on in the day. But I will definitely keep, definitely everybody stay tuned and keep, we'll definitely figure all that out, figure out the timing. And I really do. I appreciate everybody that's in my life. I appreciate everybody that, has supported me through these years. Solo Nitty Gritty is my biggest fan. He's my biggest supporter. And I'm not just saying that because that's my brother. I'm not saying that just because he's my label mate. He's my other half. He drives me crazy sometimes, but I love him to death, but I'm also saying that because, you know, no matter what, no matter what I play him, he always gives me his upfront, honest opinion. And if he doesn't like something in a song, he will be the first person to tell you because he's just so blunt and he's honest with that. You know, Miranda also, you know, she'll be straight up and honest. You know, if something doesn't sound right, you know, I'll go back and fix it. And, you know, and at the end, I'll have a masterpiece.
Definitely, definitely. Well, Mr. King Wavy, thank you for coming and interviewing. This is Murder Minded Soldiers TV, and I am your host, Solo Nitty Gritty. We're out. Peace.